all other kids, have started my journey with a government school in Bihar. People give all kind of throw abuses. If there is an atrocities in Bengal, people will say the man responsible is Prashant Kishor. Rather than a leader from state X and state Y sitting together, because they cannot build synergy unless they found common ground.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shoma Chaudhury. I'm the founder of Lucid Lines, a company passionate about ideas and conversation. But we are here today thanks to a wonderful array of hosts and sponsors and partners who've made this evening possible at very short notice. There's C.K. Kumaravel, who's the founder of natural salons, as well as high-end boutique salons called Page 3. So, thank you to him. We are also here thanks to Lexus, which believes in exquisitely crafted, wonderful luxury cars with a social and emotional dimension. It follows a Japanese concept of omotenashi, which is a combination of hospitality and gratitude. And they've been making hybrid cars so that there's, along with luxury, a commitment to the environment and, as I always say, a kind of energy transition that we all need. And there's Brand Avatar, Hema's wonderful team, Ravi and Preksha, who've helped put this together. There's always, of course, and I've run out of epithets for her, but Hemu Ramaya, the Merlin of Madras. She calls and you come, so thank you to Hemu as always. And to our own team, I'd like to give a shout out to my partner, Aditya Puri, and to the wonderful team at Lucid Lines. There's Navamita, Himanshu, Ritika, Valmik Kabir, a lot of people who work behind the scenes to put all of this together. So thank you to everybody. Before this, all the massive, political upsets that have happened, whether you take after the emergency, Mandal, the temple, Bofors, or the India against corruption, which has really created political turnarounds. There's always been a movement which is more a social movement or a issue-based movement before a political formation comes together. Whereas this time, it's really a political formation before that there's any movement.
You're saying exactly what I've been telling 2 years, that a lot of people think that because opposition came together, they defeated Indira Gandhi in 77. They are missing the point. If there was no Jayaprakash Narayan-led Andolan, if there was no emergency, that led to all these people coming together, there is simply all leaders or parties coming together would not have defeated Indira Ji. Similarly, look at how BP Singh led Janata Dal defeated Rajiv Gandhi led Congress. First, the narrative was around anti-corruption, Bofors, that was there. That brought everyone else together to join that coalition. Right now, what you're trying to do is akin to putting the cart before the horse.
So let me ask you a difficult question, which is that maybe there isn't that much dissatisfaction with this government. Maybe there's only political dissatisfaction.
No, again, just look at data. If this government has got in 2014 31% popular vote, that means 100 people that went to the polling booth, majority of them were not convinced despite the charisma, the Hindutva, the Prashant Kishor, the Modi, the Sangh, despite all the effort, 100 people who went to the booth, 69 were not convinced. In 2019, 62 were not convinced. Now the challenge for you and I, or whoever wants to fight with them, is to how to take or unite the bulk of it. We are too obsessed with those who are voting for BJP. For me, the starting point is not how to win over those who are voting for BJP. The starting point is how to take the lion's share of those who are already opposed. First, collate them. Then, of course, you will find some dissatisfaction with the time which has come. See, you go in the village. In 2014, there was a popular imagination, at least in Hindi heartland and Western India, that Modi will come and he will change everything. In 2019, it was like, at least he's trying. He's making an effort. In 2024 or today, the narration is, yeah, he is also not delivered, but who is better than him? There is nobody else. So their change is already happening. The discontent is already visible. Also, if you want to look at data, look at the popular appeal of Mr. Modi and his ability to make people vote the way he wanted. In 2014 to 2019, in all assembly elections, BJP underperformance, where Modi ji was not asking vote for himself, he was asking people to vote for his party in a state assembly election. The BJP's underperformance vis-a-vis Lok Sabha vote share was 3 percentage point. Between 2019 to 2014, that underperformance is now reaching double digit. So people are voting for Modi, but they are not willing to vote just because he wants somebody to be voted in Tamil Nadu with the same ferocity as it was in 2015-16. But when it comes to his own elections, people have to see an alternative. Democracy is not about finding the ideal candidate. Democracy is about finding the best from the available lot. So those who are available in that, to vast majority, at least in Hindi heartland, he is appearing to be the better bet.
So here again, I'd just like to share with the audience that one thing Prashant has pointed out, I think that all of us are aware of, is that there's been almost no action undertaken by the Congress as the leading alternative party, which has lasted more than 24 hours. You know, so when we are talking about this kind of resistance street action, they've not sustained any street action.
No, I raised this because when we talk about Gandhi, there is, see, sometimes we unnecessarily get into trying to find new ideas. All ideas in some form or other exists in the history. Look at how Gandhi was doing his things. He never did in his life single day fast. If he walked 20 days. He sat on the fast, he sat 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. What does it tell? In public life, you have to be persistent. Persistence pays. If you do the same thing one day, there will be flare up, and then second day it dies down. Same thing is happening with India initiative. There is no persistent effort which is visible to the vast majority of the country, that these guys are at it day in and day out.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at CAA, the farmer protest and the,
you can name anyone. Farmers' protest. It was not led by Prashant Kishor or Modi or Rahul Gandhi. It just paid because people simply refused to get up from that place for 1 year and a half. Government had to bow down to their persistence. Same thing in Shaheen Bagh. Same thing in Anna. Anything, if you persist, it works.
Yeah. So, but you pointed out this 38%, that only 38% of the vote is with the BJP. But when Rahul Gandhi points out that 61% vote of India is up for grabs, you kind of have scoffed at it and said that that's not a very interesting data point. Why do you say that?
It's because the way he is looking, that 61% is opposed to, have not voted to BJP, that means by default they will vote for me. So it's a very simplistic assumption that there is, paddy in the field and I'm hungry, paddy will come and I will eat and I will get satisfied. No, you have to go and harvest. It's not going to happen on its own. See, most of these parties, especially you in the Tamil Nadu also you experience yourself, in the two-party system, the problem is that sometimes they are trained or they have lived and they have got their successes just simply by being there for 5 years. They know after 5 years they will be voted back. And Congress is one of the biggest victims, and still they are not willing to learn.
It's
Once
amazing.
Congress goes to number 3, they have never been able to win back that state in last 75 years. They win only a state where they are number 1 or number 2, where people get fed up with the other side and vote for. And then Rahul Gandhi, or for that matter, any Congress leader would say, look, see, we have pulled it off. You have not pulled it off. People got fed up with the other guy, so you were there. And maybe there is a merit, and that's why they want to remain in opposition. They know that at least we occupy. And there is a reason why those who do politics, they fight to remain the principal opposition, because they know that sooner or later my turn will come.
No, it's amazing you use that phrase because some years ago, someone very critical in the Congress, who's literally at the center of their power systems, actually used this phrase. We were at some journalist meeting and we said, what, and this is again, it's not about whether you're with the Congress or the BJP. Like I said earlier, as citizens, you want very strong politics in the country.
We want a strong democracy.
Yes. So, but he said, he said, do you remember that Peter Sellers film, Being There? He said, that's what we're doing. We are there, you know.
No,
so
see, I'm not here to criticize Rahul Gandhi, but just hear his statements. He says, what is the big problem? BJP is there for 10 years. We have also been in 10 years in power, which is the right thing to say. But what he is not saying, that when BJP was 10 years in opposition, they were working very hard to build a new narrative, a new ideological base, a new cadre. They simply did not come to the power because you were 10 years in power and the people got fed up and they voted for BJP. Yes, there is a merit. Sooner or later, people will get fed up with BJP and they will vote for somebody. But that somebody
you have to be ready.
need not be necessarily Rahul Gandhi. It could be anybody else.
No, and whoever else, like you said, you have to put in the groundwork. But I want to come back to a couple of strands that you opened up, Prashant. I want you to identify this Gandhianism that you're talking about. You know, there's a great sense that Gandhi is now almost frozen in the cupboard. You know, he's there as a plaque everywhere.
Big mistake.
When you say Gandhiism, what do you mean by that?
Big mistake. I have data. I have done pan-India surveys. Gandhi remains the most loved, admired, revered political figure even today. You cannot, even Mr. Modi or Rahul Gandhi or anybody on the earth in this country cannot dream of being in the power by openly criticizing Gandhi. We saw the picture, the most powerful picture in G20 was not all the grand shows we saw. You saw the 20 heads of a state bowing down to Rajghat. I don't think there is any other place in the world where you can make 20 heads of states to bow down all together. So never make this mistake. And it's also backed by data. I give you more specifics to it. When we did this data, that which leader is still the most admired, Gandhi came number one across India, across all states, but for two states where he was close number two. One in West Bengal, he was number two to Subhash Chandra Bose. And in Punjab, he was number two to Bhagat Singh, but very close second. In all other states, including your state, he was number one across all, and I'm talking about survey where we focused on 20,000 colleges, the young people. They may not talk about it the way Gandhiism is understood, but when it comes to respect, I don't think there is any bigger name than Mahatma Gandhi.
So Prashant,
you don't need to, that it's in cupboard. It's very much in your and our pocket, close to our heart.
Right.
It's not changing very soon, not in our lifetime.
So Prashant, a big part of the problem of the opposition has been their inability to communicate.
Why are you making me talk about opposition?
No, I'm coming to talking about those in power as well. But because the one thing that they themselves say, and your, 600 slides reincarnation of Congress plan that you had created, said that one big part of their problem is communication. You know, they cannot communicate ideas with emotion, with imagination, with passion, with anything that will convert people. So today, I want you to articulate what is Gandhianism then? In 2023, what is Gandhianism?
See, what did Gandhi do? How did he handle this Hindutva thing? Gandhi was big.
Mr. Modi never answers in long answers. He has a slogan. What's your slogan?
I don't want to give you slogan.
Okay.
That's why he's a prime minister. I'm nobody. Gandhi was opposed to Gauhatya, cow slaughter. By that virtue, you could call that he was following or propagating the same thing what today RSS is saying. He was talking about being vegetarian. He talked about Vaishno Jan every day. So on many of those aspects, he was close to what RSS could claim today that it's our ideology. he believed in state ownership of the assets. So that way, communists could claim that a part of what Gandhiism was very close to communism. He talked about Gram Swaraj, very close to what Lohia and Jayaprakash has been talking, all the socialist leaders have been talking. And he was in Congress. So, Gandhi, what you're saying, what Gandhiism is, his ability to understand and take all the diversity, because he probably understood the country better than anybody else, that in this diverse country, you cannot have one fit solution for all. And that is the way forward. If you don't do that, then it becomes Modi versus Rahul, it's not going to work.
But Prashant, we'll move gears because there's so much to discuss, but I just want to press you just one last time, hoping that something will come out of it, is that you're a master communicator. You have given everybody those slogans which encapsulate, hold on, not in a cynical way, which encapsulates the essence of something. Right now, you're still dissecting what Gandhi is. But if you're talking as a communication war, and that's exactly, if today you speak with the Congress or with the communists or the socialists, everyone has a thesis. But they're not being able to bring it into that one compelling idea that will capture people's imagination. So right now, even you're not doing that.
I'm doing that. Only if you don't want to listen it. Gandhi was, if you listen to his first historical speech in the Congress Adhiveshan that changed the history of Congress and the country, what did he talk? That till that speech, Congress was this body of some elite, middle class, educated intellectuals trying to throw away Britishers. You have to make Congress the organization of the people. So unless you decentralize both the power and the resources, and that is why I started by saying that the biggest problem is no democracy in the party. Now, Rahul Gandhi, if he gives a clarion call that come join, help me fight BJP, why any individual in a UP or Bihar should go and respond to that call when they know that you are there because you are a dynasty, you have not earned your place? So, Gandhiism is that you lead by what you practice what you preach. You cannot say that the merit applies to everyone else, everyone should be democratic, wouldn't apply to me. And that's what is happening. If you do that, then you would not get the traction which you are seeking to build the force to fight BJP. At least BJP is clear, no? They want, okay, you believe in Hindutva, you want Hindu Rashtra, you want XYZ, come and join BJP. I don't know what Congress is asking.
Right.
They are saying, if you want to defeat BJP, come to me.
Right. So,
but what for? Then people are asking, but why should I defeat BJP?
But Prashant, I'm now going to move to numbers. I'm just going to leave one thought with you. If you have time, we'll come back to it. That you definitely gave these ingredients, but when we are talking 1947 and we are talking now, like say the neo-middle class, aspirational, Mr. Modi has fused a lot of people with the sense that they can be somebody. I'm not sure that state ownership of assets and things will have the same power that, say, it had in 1947. So let's come back to that if we have time.
See, this is the problem. If Gandhi would have been a state today, rather than saying what Gandhi said in 1930 and say whether it is applicable today or not, you should think that if Gandhi would have stayed today and he would have been fighting BJP, how he would have fought. Whether he would have formed a coalition of parties or he would have gone to the people. You tell me.
Right. Now you're coming to it. It's really about...
So it's not rocket science. Whether Gandhi said that be persistent, go to people, go to the grassroots. Now you tell me how many of these leaders who sit in India Alliance have spent even one day in a village, one night in the village outside election time? Why should people listen to them? Just because you or I or somebody wants to defeat BJP, that may be your priority, that may be your prerogative, but an unemployed guy sitting in a village in UP, why should he get excited with this?
Right. So we'll come back. I want to analyze the hyper-nationalism as well as, the other strengths of the BJP. But let me come to another interesting statistic. There is something in that. Okay. So you had said that it's very interesting that the country is divided quite interestingly in a geographic way, which is that Bihar, Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala.
I say you can draw a line where east and south, starting from Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, United Andhra, that is Telangana and Andhra, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This is the area where BJP has not been able to conquer. And one of the primary reasons is the language barrier they have. They haven't been able to master that. Because how do you communicate if you do not communicate in Tamil or Telugu or Odia or Bengali or Malayalis? So this has been one of the major regions. And what I have mentioned is that these are like 220 odd Lok Sabha seats where BJP has got less than 50 seats. So if in the west and north, where BJP gets roughly about 250 to 270 seats, if somebody were to snatch 100 seats from them in north and west, then the power will shift overnight, because these 200 seats, which are literally redundant, will come into play. Today, if you are like 39 MPs from Tamil Nadu, they are not in play. Neither in opposition, for the namesake they are in opposition, but they cannot tilt the power. But tomorrow if somebody wins 100 seats in north and west, then this 39 becomes very important. Then Biju Patnaik's 10, 12 MPs become very important. Then Mamata Banerjee's 22 MP becomes relevant. Then TRS or YSRCP MPs becomes relevant.
So that's a very interesting, because it makes it a much more focused problem, which is that...
So this is what I was telling Congress, that rather than, you have to have a 10-year plan. So first of all, my presentation to Congress was not about winning an election. It was about reincarnation of Congress over 10 years, based on Gandhian ideologies. And that's why I said not revamp. I said reincarnate. Make what is there, let it go, recreate, reincarnate. But there is always a pressure that this long term, everyone is dead. Give us a short term solution. The short term solution was that while you work on this reincarnation of Congress over next 5-10 years, short term you work on these 300 seats, focus on winning 100, and let others who are anyway winning, DMK anyway is winning, TRS is winning, YSRCP is winning, BJD is winning, let them hold this ground, whatever they are holding. You club it together and you are 300. How I buy something and by end of the trading session I make something out of it. Someday you also make something, but ultimately the data tells that no, day traders are going to lose money. What I would say, if elections were to happen tomorrow, BJP is